Everyone, in the previous video we covered the economic reforms of 1991. I told you that there was a very serious crisis. GDP was low. We had crisis in terms of for a devaluation of rupee. We had crisis in terms of being self-reliant. And after that, we talked about the reforms of 1991. We talked about the features of the reforms, what changes were made, FIPB was set up, and many other reforms were, delicensing was done, privatization was done, and then you had globalization. After learning all that, did at that time business and industry got affected? Yes, there was a big impact, and it was a challenge, biggest challenge for the business and industry. What was the impact and what were the challenges that the business and industry faced after the 1991 economic reforms? I'll just frame a question for you. Question is, impact of government policy changes on business and industry, that is your LPG one, and what were the challenges faced by the managers at that time? So सबसे पहला challenge क्या था? What was the first challenge? Increased competition. Competition from two kinds of firms and for a simple firm or a single firm. The local firm faced competition from the foreign firms, one. Second, they also started facing competition from the local domestic firms. Why? Because more people started coming up with the same business ideas. So the competition increased, like in banking, like in, for example, transportation, other services. When the government opened up the bus services for the private sector completely, there was a lot of pouring in of the private sector. Yes, telecommunication, a lot of pouring in of telecommunication, different services. So we had BSNL, which was a old age telecommunication service, and many other at that time, Usha Phone, Spice, and then later on Airtel, and now Aircel and Jio. So many companies have come up and they are all making good profit out of it. But initially it was totally BSNL. So a lot of change happened. Right. As a result of changes in the rules of industrial licensing, entry of foreign firms, competition was faced. One, the domestic firms faced competition from the domestic firms as well as from the foreign firms. First challenge. Second challenge, customers became very smart. सियाने बन गए customers. Customers like, we want more. What you're producing is not enough for us. We want new type of products. We want latest technology based products. We want better products. We want good quality products. Whatever you're producing is not enough for us. So this also led to a challenge for the business and industry. Customers today have become more demanding because they are well informed what is latest happening in the market, what is new. Increasing competition gives customers wider choice and better quality. So you have better choice and you have better quality of goods and services. After 1991, I remember there was a time when my mother used to say that this is a imported good, it is very good. Now, if I tell my child this is an imported good and it is very good, use this, I think he'll give me a glance, because India is producing equally good product. Why are we trying to import something which we can make on our own better? You're understanding? So the customers became more demanding and they wanted the latest product in their country and they wanted better product being manufactured. So that was a challenge for business and industry to compete with the foreign firms, manufacture goods of the same standard or same specification or same quality. Third challenge which they faced was changing technological environment. There was a technology blast immediately. Better processes were coming up, better products were coming up because of the technological upgradation. Now, one thing happened was positive, that we started having better technology, but there was a big competition for smaller firms. So it became a kind of negative approach towards these smaller firms, because in India at that time more of small scale business was mushrooming. So that became a little bigger a challenge for the business and industry. So increasing competition forces firms to develop new ways to survive and grow. New technology makes it possible to improve machines, processes, product and services, but create tough challenges for small business firms. Next, necessity for change. Okay, pre-independence period, stable conditions. Not much of the change was required. Why? People were happy, whatever was being produced, they were happy in buying that. But after 1991, markets became very turbulent. Different type of products started coming in. A lot of comparison was being made between the domestic and the international products, and the market scenario changed. So pre-1991 era, stable policies and practices were prevailing in the society, in the nation, and after 1991 market has become turbulent. Therefore enterprise have to modify continuously. They have to manufacture whatever the customer demand for, because customers are becoming more demanding and well informed. Next, need for developing human resource. Now, if you are using latest technology, if you are using a better product quality, if you're talking in terms of manufacturing products as per the standards and specification of other nations, you have to have knowledge for that. In India, what was the problem? People were trained, but they were not adequately trained. They were inadequately trained. So the business had trained personnel, but not for the right person for the right job. Many places, many firms had this problem. So the need for developing human resource as per the requirement to the purest skill or to the nearest skill was the effort which had to be taken at that time. Indian enterprise suffered along because of inadequately trained people. People were trained, but they were not trained as per their jobs. So new market conditions if you wanted to have better competence, you wanted greater commitment. They said we want greater commitment, more competence from the workforce. Workforce should come and stay for a longer time. They should show their skill 100%. So it led to developing human resource. If you are not aware of, there were many jobs which were prevalent 30 years back or 20 years back have become redundant as on date, and new jobs have come up. Nobody ever thought that people would ever deal in artificial intelligence, and it's the most latest job, the laser based operations, or you talk about robotics. So all these have become newer jobs. We never knew somebody called a computer analyst will ever be required in the organization. So newer jobs. Next point is market orientation. Earlier, firms were producing whatever they wanted to. They used to go to the market, sell the product. There was lack of availability. People would buy the product as and when it was being manufactured, it was being sold. Now, since customer became more demanding, they became well informed. What did they started doing? They said, now we want a product. First, we're going to analyze the market. We're going to see what kind of product are you making. We'll make a comparison. And if it is as per our requirement, then we'll buy it. So the business had to shift itself from product orientation to customer orientation, manufacturing goods as per the customer's liking. So they had to go into the market, produce and first research the market, then analyze the market, and then produce the goods accordingly. So earlier firms had production orientation. वो जो बनाते थे वही बेचते थे, वो कहते थे जो बनता है वो बिकता है. After 91 it became customer oriented market, that is study market firms. They first the firms, they study the market first, then analyze it, and then they started producing the good. The last point, that is loss of budgetary support. हाँ, LPG हुआ मतलब लिबरलाइजेशन, प्राइवेटाइजेशन, ग्लोबलाइजेशन. पब्लिक सेक्टर का रोल कम हो गया, तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने क्या कहा, भाई हम अब आपको बजट में पैसा नहीं देंगे, कोई हेल्प नहीं करेंगे, आपको कम्पीट करना है प्राइवेट सेक्टर के साथ. अगर आपने अपनी ग्रोथ करनी है, आपने अपने आप को प्रूव करना है, तो आपको अपने खर्चे खुद उठाने पड़ेंगे, आपको रिसोर्सेज खुद जनरेट करने पड़ेंगे. सो द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट्स बजटरी सपोर्ट फॉर फाइनेंसिंग public sector was declined after 1991 reforms. Public sector realized it had to compete with private sector. Competition aa gaya. To survive, grow, they had to be more efficient and more resourceful. This was the impact of LPG. Now, how did the managers respond to it? This was the challenge put onto the managers. How did they respond to it? Next topic, we're covering that. So, now we have the reply to the impact of LPG on business and industry. That is the challenges which the business managers had to face at the time LPG happened. This topic is not there in NCERT book, but it is there in your syllabus. A PDF will be given along with the topic which I am explaining right now. In this video, a PDF will be supported so that you can read through whatever is given out here. So what was the managerial response to LPG? What did the managers do immediately? What they did was, they started with diversification spree. So they started diversifying from being a single product company, they started being multi-product company. Whatever they were manufacturing, they started changing from manufacturing that to becoming a multi-product company by making many different products. Like for example, we talk about AT&T, what it was into telecom industry, but started manufacturing equipment and wireless products. Why? Because they wanted to be a multi-product company, not limited to one particular product. So first is diversification spree. The corporate now witnessed diversification. That means firms started to becoming a multi-product company. I've given example of AT&T. It was into telecom, started manufacturing wireless product and equipments. Joint venture started happening. Now what do we mean by joint venture? When two companies come together and they pool in their resources. They pool in their resources for expansion purpose or moving to a new market. Sometimes what happens is it could be a contractual or equity based joint venture. Whatever is the purpose of joint venture, major intention is to move to the new market or to expand the business, or if you are short of some kind of resources, like for example you have technology but you do not have money, or you have the brand name but you do not have that much of money to expand. So what you do is you come and join with another business. So many multinationals started to enter India through joint ventures by pooling resources, and it was a good way to enter into India there, because other ways of mode or other modes of entry was a little difficult, had a lot of longer processes as well as a lot of paperwork. So they wanted to pool the resources, they wanted to expand, they wanted to enter the new market. India was a very big market for that purpose. Like for example, Ford, which is an US based company, started and he entered India with Mahindra and started manufacturing the cars and trucks and other vehicles out here. Alright, some commercial vehicles also. Brand building. Now money was being spent on building the brand so that people know about the brand. We know very well today that you people are very fond of buying branded clothes. So a lot of money was being spent on advertisement, and who of all the brands did catch our eye? LG, Life is Good and Samsung. You will not believe when LG launched itself for the first time into the stock market for IPOs within first quarter of the year. That is in the year somewhere around 1998. In the first quarter of the year, it was able to earn good profit, 400 times to what it was earning before that, and their IPOs sold within 5 minutes, within no time. So imagine what brand building LG had done and what brand building Samsung has done, that Samsung is a product which is in every house as on date. A lot of money was being spent on building brand names. Everybody started talking about the brands. Multinationals spent money to build brand, and they wanted to grow on the basis of that. So there was a lot of continuous advertisements, and they were trying to prick the sentiments of the locals. Local sentiments were being pricked up. Why? Because people became emotionally attached to that particular product. Like for example, Coca-Cola, that became a big brand name. Why? There was once this World Cup going on where one of the TV actresses, whenever she used to take a sip of Coca-Cola, the cricketer who was on the ground playing field, Indian cricketer, used to give a hit a 6 or a 4, and by gulping a sip of Coca-Cola, we won the World Cup, you know, like something like that they had shown in the match. And people started, it became a superstition. People started keeping crates of Coca-Cola whenever there was a match going on of India with some international, at some international level. So imagine brand building to that an extent, right? And then after that, we come to the use of latest technology. The company started to use latest technology. Why? Because they wanted to capture the maximum of the market. It became the prerogative. Like for example, the cell phone companies, what they started doing, they came up with the latest processors. The laptop companies, the PC companies, what they started manufacturing, they started coming up with better processor of your laptops, and also the scooters, two-wheelers, they started coming from 2-stroke to 4-stroke engines. So a lot of changes started happening in every field. Next is better remuneration or sharply improved remuneration. So human resource is the biggest resource, and it is the greatest resource to any organization, and if they are properly trained, they get better compensation, they get better compensation, they get motivated to work in the organization. So as human resource got trained adequately, because this was one of the drawback of our Indian human resource. So as they got trained adequately, the remuneration or compensation level improved. Various incentive based schemes help to improve performance and productivity. For example, IT services, people started getting very high salary, and most of the people of at that time, or the next generation for a decade, started becoming computer experts because they were being paid more in that particular field. Capital structure. Now, initially, the capital structure of the companies was more of equity than debt. They would use their own money and not borrow. After 1991, since it was being expanded, the business was being expanded, companies now had to rely more on mix of debt and equity. And Reliance, if you remember, last year we did global depository receipt, where the equity based securities are sold in the global market. So Reliance and Standard Chartered PLC, all these companies started floating their receipts in the global market, so it became GDR. So that's how the company started attracting more of money or more of finance. Last point is acquisition and mergers. Now, if you talk about diversification and you talk about acquisition and mergers, there's a little overlapping out here. Only difference is that companies started diversifying, means companies अपने आप मल्टी प्रोडक्ट बनने लगी. एक्विजिशन और मर्जर्स का मतलब क्या था, दो कंपनीज आकर अमेलगमेट होने लगी. आपको मैम ये तो जॉइंट वेंचर जैसा हो गया. ये तीनों ओवरलैपिंग पॉइंट है. जॉइंट वेंचर में होता था कि हम रिसोर्स पूल इन करते हैं, लेकिन एक्विजिशन और मर्जर्स में क्या हुआ, बड़ी कंपनी ने छोटी कंपनी को खा लिया, टेक ओवर कर लिया, अमेलगमेट कर लिया, उसको अपने में समेट लिया. ओके, सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस. यहाँ पर हम क्या कर रहे हैं, बड़ी कंपनी छोटी कंपनी को खा रही है, यहाँ उसके साथ मिल रही है, और यहाँ बड़ी कंपनी मल्टी प्रोडक्ट हो रही है और बड़ी हो रही है. Alright, mergers, acquisitions, takeover, amalgamation became common feature of the post liberalized economy. बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी हो गया था. Purpose was to achieve dominance, या ज़्यादा मार्केट शेयर कि हम भी हैं कुछ यहाँ मार्केट में. Also to gain access to the latest technology. तो कोई कंपनीज टेक्नोलॉजी एक्सेस करने के लिए, कोई मार्केट शेयर के लिए, और some wanted to prove themselves to be the best in the market, became market leaders is what. So acquisition and mergers took place. Like for example, ACC, Gujarat and Ambuja Cement, they came together. And आज की डेट में हम जब सीमेंट खरीदते हैं तो हम क्या बोलते हैं, ये दोनों का नाम इकट्ठे बोलते हैं, तो ACC अंबुजा सीमेंट बोलते हैं. Why? Because they merged together. Both are Indian companies, merge कर गई, right? So these were the managerial responses to changes of LPG. Next, we are going to talk about demonetization. That is the only topic left, which was a reform, but that reform happened not in 1991, it happened in 2016. In the next video, we are going to discuss that. For right now, it's bye bye, see you, take care, enjoy yourself.